Yeah, we're gonna be loading into Romanticide.
Hell yeah. It's a good map. A banging map, one might say.
One could say that.
The countdown begins. We joined here on the bottom right-hand corner of the map by the Blue Zerg, the Australian, playing for Downfall Gaming. Of course, we have the #1 Mika fan, Oreo.
I apologize, everyone. Because it just said Peppy on the screen. Because we casted him during the ANZ qualifiers, and Peppy was also Mika fan.
Oh my god.
So I made Mika fan link to Peppy instead. All right, hold on. I need to.
Oh my god.
I need to change that. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Vietnamese Protoss player, the Red Protoss. He's a fan of Fanta, but he is ThuocLao.
Hold up. There we go. Just gotta bang that one out.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, let's talk about the video game. We're starting off here pretty standard, you know, ZvP stuff. You got your hatch gas pools and your got your wall offs on the low ground. ThuocLao going for Nixon before core. Interesting.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm really curious to see how ThuocLao plays this out because he qualified for ANZ champs or for DreamHack off of his PVT matchup pretty much, and in ANZ champs itself, like he also did well off of PVT as well, right? Like it was all about that matchup. I want to see how he does here against a Zerg player, against Oreo.
Yeah, this should be an interesting test of his abilities, so to speak. So we shall see. Things still pretty standard so far, even starting at the Adept.
We're in for a longer one because, you know, we are on Romanticide and this is kind of the Eternal Empire of this season. You know, it's one for longer games.
It's got the very difficult to access third, unless you turn, in which case you just siege over the middle and win.
Yeah. I've seen that.
So he's going for the Stargate. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, he's going for the Stargate opening.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, okay, he's probably not going on going with a Stargate opening because he started his Warp Gate immediately, but I guess he was just going for delayed Stargate.
Yeah, we'll see what he decides to go for, right? Like, obviously, Void Ray openings have become really popular. But you know, you could still go for just straight Oracle.
Yeah, we'll see. As there we go, starting up an Oracle. All right, that's the version of the Stargate opening we're used to.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I like this from ThuocLao. Again, we're talking about a longer game. It's a little bit more difficult to get Glaive Adepts to really work on a map like Romanticide as well. Yeah.
It's very difficult to maneuver around.
And it takes so much longer to get across the map and stuff, right?
Oh yeah. So it's not gonna hit as hard. All right, I don't think that Overlord can see the Stargate. It might though.
Yeah, he saw.
Okay.
So, yeah, Oreo, he gets into the main base with his Overlord. He sees, you know, the Stargate. He immediately throws down all these spores. He even got Queens in position. And it looks like he shouldn't take too much damage here.
Yeah, he should be fine.
Oh.
Gets 3. Not too bad. Oh, the Queens were ready though.
Oh god, can he escape? Okay. Oh god, what? Okay.
Book it. Get out of there.
God damn it, ThuocLao, please.
Please.
All right, so he does end up escaping with his life. He did turn around there for a moment, which is a little bit scary, but he does get away, and I'm a little bit surprised because he didn't really follow up with much else. Like, there was no second Oracle, there was no Phoenix either to clear out Overlords, it was just one Oracle.
Yeah, he went for one Oracle and he just slapped down a Robo. So, interesting maneuver.
Yeah, I just really want to quick check the vision, and Oreo, he did also see the Robo, so he should be aware of like the transition coming out from ThuocLao, and that's what's a little bit weird to me, right? Because if you're gonna do this, if you're ThuocLao, where you go for a single unit, it feels like it's maybe a little bit better to go for something like a Void Ray, or oh my god, this is the Oracle. Like a Void Ray or a Phoenix to clear the vision, and then you throw down the Robo, right?
Yeah, to make it harder for the follow-up to be scattered. So, yeah, definitely interesting moves here from ThuocLao.
Yeah, definitely. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but he almost pulled a Pez where the Immortal was actually like halfway across the map. Then he noticed and then pulled it around.
Oh my god, all the Robos getting misrallied today.
Hashtag
Remember,
just Protoss things.
Remember, if you're not making an observer, put the rally point in your base. Don't put it on the other side.
At least he didn't lose the Immortal. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it didn't die. He's fine. It didn't get sniped in the middle of the map.
Okay, it could have been awful, but you know, things are okay now. We see Charges finishing up +1 as well. More gateways, so he's going to be having a pretty beefy army, and for the most part, like ThuocLao, he's chilling. He's established on 3 bases. Not bad.
In the meanwhile, though, Oreo's got dropper lures in the way, potentially looking for some roach drops.
Oh my! He picked up the queens.
Oh,
Yo.
He's bringing the queens.
Yo, he's going for it. All right, so
he's going all in.
Yep. So Oreo, like, he's got all the roaches on the way. He has a handful of Ravagers just to deal with the force fields, and he's got all the queens packed up and ready to go.
Oh, this is gonna be a pretty strong push, honestly, with those queens. But little run by, gonna hold some of the army back home.
Yeah, he was distracted a little bit, but he's still committing to this. Meanwhile, I don't believe ThuocLao realizes that this army is just outside the base. He has a couple of units like on the fringe bases, and he should realize like, hey, the army's not here. Like, the army's missing. Where is it?
Yeah, that's definitely a cause for concern as the Zerg army comes in. A couple of decent force fields here, gonna split up the army a little bit, but the queens will be dropped in, and wow, the Protoss army is just evaporating under the sheer force of numbers of this Zerg army as he just keeps moving in and just crushing the Protoss army.
Yeah, exactly.
And, yeah.
Like, he just pushed up the ramp, like the force fields were not ready. The majority of the Immortals went down. They weren't even saved by the War Prism.
Yeah, this is just sheer overwhelming by numbers from the Zerg here as he keeps pushing in here and just out-trading.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed, but he even focused down all the Immortals as well. Like, it's just gateway units.
As the vials go down, this will eventually get cleaned up, I think, as more Lings keep streaming in, but oh, maybe not. Yeah, no, the Ling reinforcements are just really doing numbers here, and I don't know if ThuocLao can actually hold this now that I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, like, the reinforcements, like, there is still Roach Ravager as well. There's still 3 Ravagers. Like, sure, there was a War Prism, but again, ThuocLao, he was kind of lacking a little bit with the micro. He wasn't able to save any of the Immortals. Everything went down.
Yeah, and you kind of need those Immortals against the heavy Roach Ravager comp. And yeah, GG will be called by ThuocLao, and Oreo will take game 1.
GG Oreo, like he was just kind of ramping up for this big push, and ThuocLao, even though he went for a Stargate opener, because he lost that Oracle so early, like, he didn't have any vision. Like one of the points of getting an Oracle out is for stuff like Revelation, right?
Yeah, for that for the vision. which
Yeah.
is really helpful.
Yeah, definitely. Like, going around, like, tagging the army, tagging the tech, like, keeping an eye on the worker count, like, stuff like this. Like, that's kind of what you need to know in StarCraft.
Important information. For sure. As we get ready for game 2. A very strong showing there from Oreo, just kind of reaching the point where it's like, all right, now I kill.
Pretty much, yeah. And ThuocLao, again, he was really in the dark. He didn't know that the army was outside his base because he had like 5 or 6 sentries with his army, like ready and waiting, like ready for something like a force field, but he didn't see it, and Oreo just got off the ramp.
Oh yeah, he just got in there and was able to do just all the damage he needed. Alright. So we get ready for game number 2. Numero dos. I already made that. I already said that today.
You did. Alright, here we go. We're ready. The players are getting ready. And we'll see if Oreo can take out one of the ANZ champ players.
Yeah, and just kind of really prove himself. He's a good player, and he's been shown it. He just needs to hammer it home,
Yeah. He's one of those players like Probe or some of these others where he's like juggling university and StarCraft at the same time. So yeah, he has to try and balance that and make sure he turns it on like at the right time when those qualifiers are happening.
Absolutely, and we are joining in the bottom left-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE. We're joining the blue Zerg player, playing for Downfall Gaming and hailing from Australia. He's a Mia Micah fan, as is everybody. It is, of course, Oreo.
And spawning in at the top right-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the Vietnamese Protoss player, the yellow Protoss, representing himself. It is ThuocLao.
All right, this is opening up normal so far.
Yeah, nothing too crazy, no like proxies or anything like that, and like, yeah, again, I don't really think these players are the kind of players to do something like that. But on a map like Pillars of Gold, like I wouldn't be surprised if we see like even a faster, big like Roach Queen push or something from Oreo.
Yeah, it can definitely work out on this map with the massive just open areas, especially between the natural and the third base. It allows for very good aggressive play from a very army heavy Zerg. So yeah, definitely could see early on roach pushes with a map like this. We could also see it go longer and reach the Hydra Lurker phase, which again, this map great for that. Got lots of spaces to exploit. Just overall, Oreo should be sitting fairly comfortable on a map like this.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the big things is that, we've seen it from Oreo, like you do need to be on top of your scouting, which he has been doing. Because this is one of the older maps in the map pool, I do think something like Glaive Adepts could work on this map. We were talking about like the way these 3 bases are connected and how it's a little bit more open. Like I feel like you probably could use Glaive Adepts to great like value here. We've seen it throughout the entire year. So maybe ThuocLao whips it out here.
Maybe it's entirely possible. But he's gonna instead opt for the Stargate, hiding it as natural, like right at the back.
Yeah, interesting. We'll see if he's able to keep it hidden, because we do have another Overlord on the way. No Overlord speed, sometimes a couple of Zerg players want to prioritize that. Oreo, no, he didn't, and this could go unscattered.
Yeah, and that could catch out Oreo a little bit if he doesn't slap down any spores. There she is, the Adept, the one and only.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Like, sometimes you see Protoss players come out with 2 adepts, but here we only have 1 single adept and doesn't commit to a shade.
Ooh, Void Ray coming out from the Stargate.
Okay,
That
okay.
is interesting.
Yeah, I like this a little more than what he did the previous game, right? Like, kill the Overlord and then you throw down your tech, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it can really catch a Zerg out. Alright, looks like Spores are going down, as I believe Oreo either just blindly, safely doing it, or is like, hey, wait a minute, there's no Twilight here.
Yeah, that's kind of what you have to do, right? When you go in and you scout and you don't see anything, it's like, oh, I see nothing. That's scary. I need to throw down some spores.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, there's no tech in this base. I'm just going to put down spores because it's probably going to be Void Rays. And here is a Void Ray. Right, Link's going across the map as the Void Ray goes the other direction.
Yeah, they pass each other a little bit, and we do have Oreo with his Lings, you know, checking to see if there's a third base, looking to deny it. If he does, oh,
he does catch out that probe. Gonna delay it very slightly.
yeah.
Could help a little bit. The queens are here.
Oh yeah, there wasn't enough energy for a transfuse, so one of the Overlords does go down, and this time ThuocLao, he's doing the same, like relatively the same opener, like he throws down a Robo after the Stargate, but this time Oreo doesn't know.
Yeah, he has no idea what the primary tech path is, if he's continuing to commit to the Stargate or if he's going with the Twilight Robo. Ooh, just has to cancel there. Very nice from Oreo as he comes back in.
Oh my god.
Still only 3 adepts here. He's gonna get another cancel.
Wow.
Okay, damn. This handful of Lings that are just kind of whipped across the map are doing some work.
And Jett, I don't know if you see what I see, but look what the follow-up is. Yo, we got 4 gases, we got a lair on the way, we got +1 melee. This is screaming Spire to me.
Yeah, this is definitely like, this is giving me Muddling Bane vibes. He even threw down the Bane nest, like, whew. You asked the question, I was like, what? And then I saw the gases going and I was like, oh.
Yep. Like, again, there was no Roach Warren. I mean, a player could throw down like a Hydra Den and go into like lurkers, to be fair, with this. Oh my god, and there we go. Hydra Den, okay.
Ooh, he is going Hydras.
Interesting. Yeah.
Very gas heavy. Maybe he is looking like to go into those lurkers very quickly.
I'm disappointed. I wanted to see the Spire.
So did I.
Not gonna lie, I wanted to see it, but nope, it's the other option. It's Hydra, and this is a lot more standard when it comes to the endgame army composition, right?
Like, Hydra Lurker is the late game of Zerg nowadays. Just in basically every matchup, like, not even just ZvP.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, we've seen it a lot more in ZvT, which is, I mean, interesting to say the least. I'm still a big fan of like Ling Bane Muta, of course.
I mean, so am I. That's my thing, is Ling Bane Muta. And I like the speediness. Ooh. A little bit of a Ling run by here, just trying to find a way in.
Oh god!
Oh, those force fields! Oh, the Lings are trapped in there.
Oh god!
I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me, says ThuocLao, as he just relentlessly force fields these Zerglings in here, and they're just not going to be able to get like any damage off.
Oh god, that was just the meat grinder. Like, so many Lings went down for free. 65 Lings died.
For nothing, they got like 1 Stalker, maybe a couple of sentries.
Like 1 sentry.
Max?
Like,
yeah, literally just 1 sentry.
Like, yeah, look at the units lost. 1 sentry and 1 Stalker went down during that. Like, oh god,
that was kind of crazy.
Jesus Christ! And now ThuocLao, like, he's got his push out, right? He's got an Immortal, he's got a Colossus, he's still got plenty of energy for force fields. He's pushing across the map, and now there's no Links to buffer for the Hydras.
Yeah, and that Colossus can really do a number on the Hydras here. With that extended thermal lance on the way.
Yeah, and interesting. So ThuocLao, he wasn't feeling too confident pushing in to the middle of the creep. He didn't want to get surrounded, so he opts to pivot around to the left-hand side, a little bit more secure here to push in. And this does buy Oreo a little bit of time to get a wave of Lings out.
And this should help him buffer a little bit as some Banes are coming in as well to help with the sentry count and the soccer count. Ooh, but this 4th base is gonna have to go down, and that's pretty good for ThuocLao because he just kind of leaves it free.
Yeah, goes in, picks off a hatchery, goes out. Like, there was just nothing that Oreo could really do. I do like that ThuocLao does back off after that. I feel like if he committed, we can see Oreo was getting ready for a surround.
Yeah, he pulled back. He evacuated the base and pulled back to just prepare to catch the Protoss army into this sort of area here. Like, this map, we always say, is just massively open and really good for Zerg surrounds, as you can see by Aura's positioning. He was set up for it.
Yeah, definitely. So ThuocLao, with the wise move, is able to back off. He's looking to expand, take his own 4th base. Oh, okay.
Ooh, I don't know what those guys are doing there.
I'm not too sure either.
They got lost.
Yeah, and it looks like Oreo, he's pushing out. Oh, God.
Ooh, oh, 11 probes. Oh, please get more. 14. 16 probes in 1 run by. Okay.
Oof.
Very nice moves from Oreo. Pretty decent economic damage, honestly.
Yeah.
And that's an entire mineral line. And he actually takes this as an advantage to kind of go in here on this base.
Yeah, you know what? This is just a distraction because the majority of the army is going to go and hit that 4th base, try and force a cancel.
Yeah, he's going to try and force a cancel out with the Lings, but unfortunately the Protoss army's here. Oh no, he's going to get it. He waited for it to finish. And then he killed it.
Yeah, I'm so surprised. ThuocLao, he committed, he finished it. Meanwhile, we do have this Zealot warping into the main base. But you know what? Like, Oreo, he was able to pull away the drones. Like, they didn't go down. They were just evacuated to the natural.
He literally just left and he saved it. I don't know what that queen's doing there. I think he had to drop her a lot that brought her along, but just kind of fights all over the place all at once. Oh no, the Karens.
God,
the Karens.
Yeah. I mean, they did get a decent amount of creep spread off, but as I say that, it's all getting cleaned up. It's all getting mopped up by the Protoss army.
Yep, that's a significant amount of Protoss army too.
Yeah. I think that's the problem, right? Like Oreo, he was doing some nice moves like denying bases, but at the same time, like, the main army of ThuocLao is still terrifying.
Yeah, it is quite the beefy army. There's still a lot of energy on the sentries, and there's 2 colossi. Like, that's nothing to be trifled with, honestly.
Ooh,
and he moves up on the high ground. Pre-force fields to try and cut him off.
Yeah, and part of me wants, like, Oreo to go for another run by or something. Like, unless he feels okay, there we go. He is going for a run by. Again, you have to do something while this Protoss army is posturing around, and this is scary because, again, there are no lurkers. Like, it's just Ling Bane and Hydra.
Yeah, and those force fields can do so much to deny any damage from Ling Bane and just buy the Protoss more time to do even more damage on the side of the map to the buildings.
Yeah, exactly. The hatchery's getting dangerously low. Oh, some of the Baneys get in though.
Oh, yeah, they're able to get around the force field. The force field's not entirely covering. More Baneys coming in, and a recall forced out from ThuocLao.
Yeah, and honestly, that was an amazing engagement. Like, ThuocLao, he missed a bunch of force fields. Somehow, some way, the Ling Bane actually got into the center of the army, and now, like, ThuocLao, like, he barely has any sentries left.
Yeah, he's got like barely anything left, and he's on the back foot here as the Zerg army is swarming around, looking to get in. That Nexus is definitely not in the right place.
It is very misplaced. He'd be doing him a favor if he kills it. But I don't think there's enough Zerg here to really fight 2 Colossus.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's nearly enough here to clean up this army. Just merely a little bit of over-aggression. But when you win a fight that convincingly, like, and you force a recall like that, playing that aggressive is generally a decent move from it as Zerg here.
Yeah, it's rough, right? Like, you take a big, like, win, like, you take a big fight, and it's like, oh my god, like, I can, like, the overconfidence, right? You want to push out across the map. But that wasn't necessarily the correct play. Like, Oreo, he lost quite a number of Hydras. To be fair, I think it's a good thing that he let that Nexus finish because of this.
Yeah, it's gonna be a much less efficient base. You're gonna take a while for that mining to happen. What was the Banes?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Bane drops coming out. Ooh.
Beautiful. I love it. We got some Bane drops. There is some side defense in the other bases, so he has to be a little bit careful with how he paths around with those dropper lords, but he can definitely deal some damage.
Yeah, and that damage could end the game, as the Protoss army is still continuing to like get beefy. Like, that is not an insignificant amount of Stalkers. The sentries coming back up still at about half energy, but they're getting up there. And now 3 Colossi are in the fray. 4.
Oh my god, yeah, and honestly, I'm so surprised that we still didn't see a Lurker Den. Like, we were talking about it the entire time, and as a Zerg player, you kind of need a Lurker Den to be like that like backbone of your army to like keep the Protoss at bay.
To keep them from pushing in, because of good positioning. Ooh. 3 Banes, nice. 3 Banes probes. But yeah, with a composition like this, you can't rely on Ling Bane that much at a certain point because of force fields and Colossi and stuff like that. You need those lurkers to like provide an area, a no-go zone for the Protoss. But right now, as you can see, this Protoss army is just given free reign, and it's just gonna take that free reign and deal the damage that it needs to.
Oh, yeah, exactly. He takes the base, and it looks like Oreo, he's actually getting ready for a surround, and we'll see if he's able to pull it off.
Trying to crush in. All right, the top side comes in, and the Lings are all around it. The force fields denying one entire side of the army in the surround, and honestly, this is looking decent for ThuocLao, honestly.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and Oreo just taps out. He just calls GG.
GG, and I love the positioning, and even there at the end, like, if he was able to get this round off, he may have been able to take the fight, but, you know, ThuocLao was on top of them force fields.
Oh, his force fields are beautiful. Oh my goodness. He was on it.
Yeah, definitely, and now ThuocLao, you know, he doesn't go down like a chump, he doesn't go down 2-0. We're going to that ace match.
Yep, he goes down kicking and screaming.
Banging, if you will.
He goes down banging.
Oh, God. All right, we're tied up. We're 1-1. And again, like, I feel like Submarine was just a little bit, I don't know, a little bit tunnel vision, right? Where he had the income. Like, I was looking and he had a decent bank count. Like, he had some minerals as well to spare. He was expanding. Like, he desperately needed something like a Lurker Den to really solidify his army composition, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely agreed on that part. Like, Hydroling Bane won't stand up to that many Colossi. At all. You can't do... Oh. Did you go wrong map?
He keeps making the wrong map. What is happening? So the first time he forgot Game Heart. The second time it was a completely different map, and now
Oreo, SMH.
All right, we're good. We're here.
We are here, and we are gonna watch some video gaming.
We are.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, the ace match is going to be on Submarine.
Yeah, I mean, Demi SEA Weekly does go with a standard vetoing system, so the fact that neither player vetoed out Submarine and it ended up being the leftover map is interesting.
It's definitely interesting. We'll see if one of these players decides to try and take advantage of it, or if we see a standard game on Submarine.
I mean, I could see Oreo just kind of marching across the map with the queens. As we are here joined on the top left-hand side corner of Submarine LE. In the blue, the Zerg player hailing from Australia and playing for Downfall Gaming. He's a Miyamika fan. And that's a really quick pool. It is, of course, Oreo.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Submarine LE, we have the Vietnamese Protoss player, the yellow Protoss, currently getting 12 pulled. We have ThuocLao.
All right, so that I was expecting some sort of aggression on this map because it's submarine,
Uh-huh.
but I was not expecting a 12 pool.
Yeah. So obviously there are different variants of a 12 pool. There are some that like you get a 12 pool and you just ling flood from there. But you know, Oreo is just making 6 lings and he's still looking to expand.
Yeah, he does get the expansion, so it's not entirely a committed one facing Zerg. He's got those 6 lings popping out. 8 actually.
Oh.
I'm just gonna go across the map and maybe try and get the pylon or something.
Yeah,
Eventually.
we'll see. I mean, so ThuocLao, he immediately walls off, he immediately chronos out his first zealot, which is what you need to do in this situation. There are a couple of players who want to be a little bit greedy and they wait for the cyber, but like, you can't do that on submarine.
Yeah, on submarine the rush distance is so short, you need that zealot for the wall in. As the lings start just nibbling away on the gate. Oh. Playing a dance, trying to get in.
Yeah, meanwhile, a couple more lings join the fray, and it looks like he's trying to guard to be able to kill that gateway. The gateway is getting close to going down.
Yeah, it's actually really low, and there's a ling count here that kind of like it's enough to kill the zealot here. And ThuocLao is supposed to pull back and give up that gateway as everything comes flooding in. The doors are open, and he's gonna get a surround on the zealot. Oh. This is real bad for ThuocLao.
Oh my god, he has the adept and he has to make sure he keeps it alive. Like if that adept got surrounded, like that would have been it. That would have been game.
That would have been the game.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, but Oreo back at home, he's just macroing up behind this. So just using that to get an initial lead, I guess. And abusing that short rush distance.
Oh yeah. Like a lot of damage was done. Like he forced ThuocLao to panic. He threw down his second pylon at the wall. He threw down a shield battery. He was forced to make a zealot. He was forced to pull probes. Like a lot of damage was done.
Yeah, it was quite a lot of damage for such a small amount of commitment. Honestly, like he's only like marginally behind in terms of like a standard economic macro game with that opening.
Yeah, definitely. And we do see, like, because of that opening, Oreo, he's ahead in workers. I imagine he's going to be taking or expanding quite soon as he is banking up quite a bit. He does have
There goes the drone.
Yeah, and... Okay, there we go. I was like, yo, is he going to be delaying ling speed? No, he gets ling speed. He's playing this out safe. Like, he's not skipping it or anything.
Yeah, he's not skipping it to go for a roach rush or anything. Yeah, Glaive's gonna be the option here from ThuocLao.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. It's interesting because this is in the face of Oreo as well. Like he's got the overlord.
Yeah, he can see it. Like he walled off with the Twilight instead of another gate. So, like, Oreo is well aware of the fact that there's probably some sort of Glidep push coming in.
Interesting. So Oreo actually cut drones. He's getting a third base just for the larva. He's making nothing but lings, and he threw down a bailing nest. Yo, he's going for a bailing bust.
Oh, he's trying to bust it. Yeah, he's pushing it, pulling everything around to the side of the map too to try and avoid vision.
Yeah, he's avoiding the hallucinated Phoenix. Like the Phoenix is going into the main base, but it's even being denied by the Queens.
Oh, this is gonna be nothing to see. There's nothing to see here, buddy.
Oh god, he doesn't get into the natural. He doesn't see the bailing nest.
Oh my goodness, that is a lot of lings here too. 5 banelings on the way, as well as ling speed about to wrap up as he gets ready to just bust on in.
And ThuocLao, he smells something fishy. He's like, something's not right. I don't see anything. He warps in 3 sentries for those force fields. The force fields are key to keep the buildings alive.
Yeah, and here comes the banelings. Oh, very nice. The force field just barely saves those adepts. Whew. Way too close.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? Glaives, it's gonna finish.
Yeah, and the Glaze should help with the defense.
What? Or is he gonna be like, why do you have sentries? Oh god, we'll see. I mean, can you really make this work? Like, as long as the force fields are on point. No!
Oh, the force fields weren't on point right then. There are force fields right now keeping the lings from flooding in, but the wall has bane busted down a little bit by those banelings. But right now, it's the decent force fields are going to keep the lings from just kind of getting in there, and they're going to continue just swarming around trying to find surface area to get damage down on these buildings in the front wall.
Definitely. And we do see, like, there's still nothing but Lings in production for Oreo. He wants to make this work, and honestly, like, the wall is quite low on health. Like, it could go down.
Yeah, if he gets that one gate, everything could open up. There's like very little energy left. There's maybe 4 more force fields maximum. By the looks of it. So this is down to the wire for ThuocLao.
And now the Immortal's out. Like, he's buying time and more units are being warped in. It looks like the gateway goes down, but it's not going to be enough to bust through.
Maybe not right now, but he does have a few more Banelings and more Lings on the way, and those sentries are low on energy as another gate goes up. He's still pumping out sentries because that's basically what's keeping him alive right now.
Yeah, exactly. He's even working on the next step. We have a Robotics Bay on the way as well. A couple of Lings get in, but
manages to bust it down, but again, more force fields coming out, and he holds.
GG.
Wow. GG. ThuocLao.
I know, like, I feel bad for Oreo because it looked like he was doing everything right to hide what he was doing, you know? He was trying so hard to, you know, rally his Lings across the bottom of the map, to deny the hallucinated scout as well, you know? Like, he was doing everything in his power to stop ThuocLao, but he had 3 sentries at home for defense anyway because he saw nothing.
Yeah. He saw nothing, and that was suspicious enough for him to go, maybe I should just get these sentries, and those sentries saved him in the end.
Yeah, it's one of those things where lack of information is information in and of itself, where we were talking about earlier, if you're a Zerg player and you go in for an Overlord Scout and you don't manage to see any tech, like at the 3-minute 30 mark or whatever, you throw down spores because you don't know if there's a Stargate or not, right? So you want to be safe.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same mentality, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say so. That makes sense to me.